Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Well, on Saturday, Maresca beats Leicester, and on Sunday, they sack Steve Cooper. Safe to say Maresca will not be getting a Christmas card from Steve this year. Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm joined in the virtual room filled with all the lions. I got Ollie, I got Berth, I got Chris, and of course, I've got a stacked one. But hey, I want to know what your moments from the weekend were.
So wicked.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Very good. Really enjoyed it. I quite like going to the theatre, and I had fun.
Nice.
Yeah, the show, not the film, wasn't it, Ollie?
Yeah, apparently the film's a bit shit, but I haven't seen it.
2 hours 40, and it's part one. I was like, I can't do that. I need to break.
Oh.
I wanted to go, and then I thought I'm going to watch it at home when it comes out and streaming, because then I can pause it and go to the toilet, because I'm not doing a 2 hour 40. Avengers Endgame was 2 hours 40, and that just about killed me.
It's a long movie, that.
Yeah.
But Berth, what was your highlight moments?
Nah, you know what? I'm really letting the team down recently. I had nothing. This
Chris.
weekend, to be honest with you. What I will say is
How the tables have turned.
This week coming, I won't spoil it, but this week coming, I could have something big happening. So,
Ooh.
little teaser
41.
there, little teaser. Yeah.
Wow.
Turning 41 this weekend.
Fuck's sake.
Wow.
Chris.
Wow. Don't stand for that, Beth. Jeez.
Oh.
I remember that, Oliver.
Wow.
He's not texting me now.
Definitely not.
No, Chris, come on. By the way, listeners won't know about that. That was the context for the Lone Army Carousel. You missed all that at the start of the show. So, but Chris, go ahead. What was your moment?
So I don't know if I've got one. What a great segment this is turning out to be. You know
I'm
what?
gonna say-
Listen, for once, I brought something. You both have let the side down.
I know.
Today.
Well,
Yeah, fair play. I mean, to be fair though, like football is really frustrating, isn't it?
yeah.
So my girls' team, I think we've played our best 4 games in the last 4 ever, and we've lost them all by a goal. It's
Wow.
so annoying. So it was just another weekend. But actually, if you want to highlight, I didn't get anywhere near as soaking wet as I expected.
Oh, that's a win. What a
Yeah,
win.
Yeah.
you've got to take those little wins.
That's it, mate.
A lot
What-
of listeners.
what a great highlight. What a
Hey,
great
the
highlight.
listeners, they were on the edge of their seats. They didn't care about winners and losers. They just wanted to know how wet Chris got, and to hear that
guess-
he didn't get as wet as everyone thought he would. That's a
I
win.
think about 75% of people have skipped to winners and losers already.
I don't. Well, I am very greedy because I don't have not 1, not 2. I have 3 moments of the weekend. So I'm
Wow.
basically making up for everyone that didn't do anything.
Well done, Mikey.
Good.
Right. First thing happened on a Thursday night because I've got to do it because I just loved it. I don't care. I don't care.
The weekend.
Well, we
that's that
recorded.
weekend.
We recorded on Thursday, so I kind of look at that as that. Whatever.
Everything
I had.
between the shows.
This isn't even football. I had it because Jameis Winston led the Cleveland Browns to a win over the Steelers. Sorry, Chris, who listens. And this was the reaction. I loved it this much.
Ever get enough?
Snow, let it snow. The Cleveland Browns got some more wins, baby. Let's get it. I just got to tell you, buddy.
Oh my word! I love that guy. He's just brilliant. He's just watch him. If you have anything interest in the NFL, just watch Jameis Winston speak. He's incredible. He is. And then on Sunday morning, I woke up to the Seattle Sounders knocking out LAFC in the MLS playoffs. What? I honestly, I touched on this on the Friday show. We never beat them ever. I don't think we've won I will pull that up in a minute. But anyway, the fact that we're through, Minnesota went out. I'm sorry, Ollie.
That's okay.
I mean, it was expected.
Sound really gutted, Ollie, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm devastated, mate.
He's not over it. He's still not over it.
LAFC had beaten us literally every single time apart from draws. We hadn't beaten them since 2021. To actually have, I was just so happy to do it. Just incredible. I don't know if we'll beat Galaxy. I don't care. I'm just happy to be there. And then the Seahawks won last night, which was awesome. But I wanted to end it with my Sunday in general because, as we all know, I got to go to the BBC Good Food Show Winter Edition at the NEC in Birmingham. It was so fun. I saw so many bakers that I follow on Instagram and that are from Great British Bake Off. And oh boy, did I eat a lot of cheese because the amount of free samples they gave out. Oh, I had hot sauces, I had curry sauces, I had a hot apple drink. That was nice. But the cheese, it was just like, yes, I'll have a little bit. Oh, yes, I'll have a little bit of that. There were so many good cheeses. Oh no. Yeah. So if you ever get to do that, don't ever turn down free samples of cheese, okay? That's what I'm just telling you.
I don't think I ever would, to be fair. I do like cheese.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
There was so many.
You know what? I think I would.
Wow.
Ollie's not a big cheese fan.
Yeah, not a big cheese head, me.
Right. News.
Disaster. No one's watching. No one's listening anymore.
No one's. They've zoned out. Yeah, I've zoned out.
We didn't win any of the Football Content Awards for 2024. If we had won, that would have been weird because we were not shortlisted. And because of that, we took a Real Madrid stance, didn't we? And we just chose not to send anyone. So fuck them. As you can tell by that sarcasm, there was nothing over the weekend. I love it. No news. No, we had Thursday till today. Fuck all. I mean, we knew about Reece James, but we already knew that.
I tell you what, it's a really good job we have timestamps in it.
Oh yeah, they're
I think
they're
a lot
still
of
there.
people will be skipping the first 10 minutes of this show this week.
So shout out if you're still listening. You're a real one, all right?
Yeah, we love you. Right, so Kingsmeadow corner because Chelsea took on Manchester United at Kingsmeadow in the WSL. And the game ends 1-0 to Chelsea thanks to a Gura Wrighton penalty. It might not have been the best win. It doesn't matter. We go 8 for 8 in the WSL as we head into that international break. Oh yes, Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. A win is a win. A nervous win, but a win. Thoughts on another win?
Win's a win.
It was a win. It was a very big win. Oh, I mean, I did miss it. I missed the game live because we all knew where I was. I was at the Good Food Show eating cheese. But based off the extended highlights I saw, it weren't the best game, but we got the win.
Scrappy, wasn't it?
It was not the best game.
It was scrappy. It was a difficult watch, to be fair, but we won the game. So
to be fair, though, if you're going to win the league, those are the sort of games that matter the most, really. So
another clean sheet, another clean sheet as well.
One of the traits
conceded this season.
That's mad. I mean, one of the traits, Berth's touched on it, of being a winning team is to win when you don't play well and when you cannot fully get into the gears. And this game was that. I mean, we had some big chances. Yeah, bloody hell, we hit them straight at Tullis Joyce. So, it's at the goalkeeper again. I don't know. Look, it was nice to see Ramirez actually get awarded a penalty. Because the amount of times we've seen her fouled on repeat and nothing happens, it was like, oh, wow, we're actually finally going to give her a penalty. Well done. Well done, officiating.
You know who was good? Natalie Bjorn, again.
Yeah, she was good.
She
was a standout.
Yeah.
We've got, is it Buchanan, isn't it? She's just gone out with an injury.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people are really worried about that because she's very talented in and of herself. But do you know what? Bjorn's stepping up. You know, she's been very, very good in the City game and in this game.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're on top of the WSL with flawless 8 wins from 8. What's more impressive? What's more impressive than that? Goals scored. Column sits at 26. That's a full 10 clear of the next high scorers in City. I mean, we head into this international break before taking on Brighton, which that's going to be a challenge based on how they've performed so far. That will not be easy.
That won't be an easy game, but at the same time, I don't think we should fear anybody.
I agree.
We don't.
100%.
No, 100%. And that it was a short Kingsmeadow corner, but it was one of those. We don't really want to talk for 15 minutes about it was just not. It was a great highlights game.
The one was still winning. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, pretty much. So So
to be fair though, but we did talk about cheese for about 10 minutes.
We did, and I felt, I felt that was important because
this show so far has been about 85% cheese. And 15% Chelsea.
Yeah, right. Heading to winners and losers because we headed deep into the Midlands. We took on Leicester City.
Cole Palmer, watch out! Oh, indeed, he takes him clean out.
Oh yes, Leicester City 1, Chelsea 2, and we kick off winners as always. Because I swallowed my coffee the wrong way. How many have you got? I've got
3.
3 for 2.
I'm 3 for 3.
I've got 3 and 3 sort of.
Oh,
which means 3 and 11.
Why is it
wait.
It always has to be the star of the show. Oh, it's all about me. I'll be different.
Grow up.
Grow up.
I actually struggled to find losers.
I did. I found 2.
Oh, did you?
Just.
I didn't find any players in my losers.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Fair play.
I did. But I have to do this. Guess where we're going?
Yay!
Enzo Fernandez, 1 goal, 1 assist, 56 passes, 84% pass accuracy, 2 of 5 accurate long balls, 3 key passes, 1 big chance created, 3 shots, 5 tackles, 1 interception, 2 clearances, and 7 of 9 duels won. And a big to anyone who thought I wasn't going to do it. He was good, despite, and I've checked it with Chris.
It's not a real game.
It wasn't a real game against Leicester. It wasn't. But
it wasn't a real game.
It was a very good performance. And, for me, those stats weren't against a random Conference League side, but it was a former Premier League champion. And I know former's doing a lot of heavy lifting there, but it was against a Premier League team that aren't in the bottom 3. I'd like to point that out. So I was impressed. Did anyone else have Enzo?
Yeah, I had Enzo, to be fair.
I didn't, but only because I knew someone else was picking. And to be fair, that says how good he was.
Chris?
I did.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Wow.
Why was he a winner for you two? Why was he a winner for you, Per?
I think for me, I thought on the ball he's fantastic. I thought out of possession he was really good. He played really well as a number 8 against Leicester, and yes, I know it's Leicester, but the goal was really impressive. How he got into there, great position he took up, finished it well, led by example. Not many mistakes, and when he does play, you do wonder, are they going to get past him easily? This game against Leicester, they didn't really get past him much, and again, I know it's Leicester, but yeah, he looked creative and he looked a threat all game, and I think that's the best Enzo. And I think, he's probably going to start again next game because, he doesn't really deserve to be dropped after that. So I'm hoping we get more of that against Aston Villa. But yeah, it was a very, very good performance, and I can't really knock him, to be honest with you. He deserved man of the match.
Do you think
he won't? Very good, wasn't he?
Do you think he won't play against Heidenheim then, and he'll just go straight to the Villa game?
Oh, I don't think he'll play against Heidenheim. He might get 20 minutes. Yeah, I think Disreal and probably
great
Lavia.
He was really, really good though. Like he was playing like a midfielder for one. I know that sounds harsh, but he was very, very good.
Chris,
he played like, and this will be a mad thing because you wouldn't expect from him. It was actually very much a Conor Gallagher performance from him, which is what I've been crying out for.
Yeah, actually, kind of similar for sure. Yeah. And it's like, he's contributing. He was contributing on both sides of the ball. He had a lot of energy, and he was making stuff happen and breaking up play. That's exactly what you want him to do.
Yeah, Chris, why was he a winner for you in particular? We want to know.
Yeah.
Everything Bertha said, really. Yeah, like I said with Enzo, I'm always fair. Like, he was really good. He was really good off the ball. He was really good on the ball. Goal and assist. I thought he played with a real energy, closing down. Very important on the press. Winning second balls. Really good on the ball. Exactly what you want from a midfielder. But
what do you know? Getting divorced works.
Yeah, maybe it does.
Oh, cheers, Ollie. Cheers, Ollie.
I did see that.
Some of us on this podcast are divorced. Thanks very much for.
Wow.
I'm not coming for you today. I don't mean to.
Ollie, who was a winner for you?
Chris isn't the only one sort of eating humble pie today. João Felix was excellent.
Wow.
I thought genuinely excellent. Not just not just because when he was on the ball, he was actually doing things that were effective and meaningful and spreading the play and whatnot, and doing good things. But when he was off the ball as well, I've never seen him work so hard. Like the way that I was watching him chase down absolutely everything. That was the attitude of a player who wants a spot in this team in the Premier League squad. And if he's going to play like that, then fair enough, because he was really, really good.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty good. I mean, it was certainly something. I mean, it was nice to see two players that were like they're not as popular as other players, and yet they were really they showed up, and you got to praise them when they were good. So
it's a good time for Maresca as well, that those two have been dropped for a large part of putting that sort of effort against Leicester.
That's a good point.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have Felix?
No, I knew you'd pick him, so I kind of left him out. But it's a very good performance from him, to be fair. Very good.
Second winner from me,
Nicolas Jackson.
I mean, that goal, that was bloody good, wasn't it? I mean, strength, determination.
Brilliant finish.
Top class finish. Woo! Did he cook? I've got a stat. Only Haaland and Watkins have scored more non-penalty goals in the Premier League since the start of last season. I mean, that is wild company. He's easily, I keep saying it, he's easily the most underrated striker in the Premier League because no one puts him in the conversation for best striker in the league. That's a Shakespeare tragedy. They won't. If you say, oh, Haaland, Watkins. Now, I'm not saying the best striker, like the best strikers. No one, I've not heard anyone go after, oh yeah, Jackson. They never do. And yet...
Yeah, people have been saying for a long time that he's not even better than Højlund. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I don't like it. But
I'm sorry, Mikey. I know that one hurts, but it is reality.
You're right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but he was really, really good. He was a winner for me. You know what? I was mostly impressed with his goal more than anything else, but absolutely bullied Wout Faes, who I thought he would, to be honest, because he's been very physical like that. Reminded me very much like a Drogba-esque kind of goal.
Yeah.
The way he kind of bullied the defender and then with a really sort of tidy, sort of cute finish with the outside of his boot. And the way he kind of lifted it over the defender's sweeping leg. Have you seen that angle of it? It's very, like really, really good close control. I suppose you forget that Jackson used to be a winger. Because of how good he is actually in front of goal these days. It's just crazy to me. I can't believe he doesn't get the plaudits he does.
I mean, he's in the top, this race for the golden boot. He's sixth with 7 goals, but I just want to state that no penalties in that. And Brian Mbeumo's above him with 8. He's got 2 penalties. Chris Wood again 8, 1 penalty. So straight away, remove all the penalties. Salah's got 10, but he's only on 7 non-penalties. He's bloody good.
Yeah, he's good as any other forward in the league like that. So it puts it into perspective when you put it like this. If Bournemouth had bought him back when they were planning to, before he kind of failed his medical or whatever, and then we bought him later. If Bournemouth had signed him and he was playing like this, every top team in the division would be willing to pay at least 80 million for him.
Yeah, that'd be a good point. Right, I'm going to go Berth, who's your second winner?
I was going to pick Jackson, but I've gone for someone else, and that's Marc Cucurella. Thought he was brilliant again, really. And again, I'll say each week that I put him in my winners list. He's just proved me wrong so much, and he's a character. The fans absolutely love him. He doesn't make any mistakes anymore. Of that back line, he's the one that would always give you a 7 or 8 out of 10. And as a fullback, that is what you want. He gets up and down, tackling's brilliant, wins every header. He's passing a lot better than he used to be. He's not really out of position anymore. He's just come on so much, and I think he's one of the best left backs in the league now. I don't think that's up for debate, really. I couldn't name you 3 better than him anyway. And I just think he's getting better and better. And if we're to sort of go on and get top 4, he's going to be a real crucial part. So yeah, superb performance again from him.
Right, I'm going straight to you, Chris. Who's your second winner?
Well, I had Jackson.
Okay.
As well. But everything Ollie said, really. So I'll just do my last one.
Yeah.
Badia Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my third, to be fair.
Great game.
He is such a weird player because he was brilliant when he he was brilliant, weren't he, when he first came in, and then he looked like a championship player for like a year, and now the past couple of times that he's played, he's been really good, and I thought this game he was outstanding defensively, but also on the ball, forward passes into midfield, breaking lines.
A couple times switched out wide as well to the winger.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think he did a single thing wrong in the whole game. And fair
No,
play to him
he
because
did
he's
one
another
thing
one.
wrong. No, I'll tell you the one thing he did wrong is he made one errant pass and he immediately intercepted the ball afterwards.
Mm.
That's the only
Well,
bad thing
yeah,
he did all
exactly.
game.
And
Yeah.
when you consider where he was performance-wise, that is quite an incredible
I mean,
turnaround.
it's the best game he's had. Yeah, like you say, in
Not
a
well,
year,
yeah.
9 months.
I
Like,
mean,
Yeah.
the stats 90 of 101 successful passes, more successful final third pass at 17, more successful ball recoveries 7, and more successful interceptions at 4 than any other player for Leicester or Chelsea in
it's
that game.
stacked in the stats drop club today.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
he's earned that. You know what? I'll go my third winner before turning to Birth with the only winner left.
I've got Buddy Shield. I had Buddy Shield as well.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, so it's just me then.
Yep.
The post-international break lunch. Don't for a minute shrug this result off. I really, really mean that. Even though
It's not a real game.
I know it was Leicester, but when you are handed the lunchtime kickoff after a long international break, you're away from home. I want to add that in. That's important. That's a tough meal to eat. I mean, especially since we've got to remember we have players like Caicedo and Enzo who both played midweek for their countries, long flight home too. This is a fixture that could be a
Do you
slip
know
up.
what? I know there was something we missed in the news. Caicedo had a kid, didn't he?
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, big up Quaresma.
But that just leading back into what you said, that's even more impressive. He had a kid in midweek and played in international football and came back and played like that at the weekend.
His partner did. I mean, I'm doing the keen then.
Yeah, true.
No, but genuinely, I mean, yeah, sleepless nights and that long haul flight players, and one of them was man of the match.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. Impressive. So we moved to losers, and I think Greg had asked if there's going to be a rant. There might be because I've got something lined up because I'm quite passionate about this. I've got VAR as a loser. I don't know if any of you guys did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same. And
I
I've
have.
also got a rant as well.
Well, you know what? I want to take a moment of your time now, listener. We'll talk about VAR because honestly, I felt what was the point of it anymore? We were in cruise control against Leicester. We really were. If you were watching it from the first minute, we were stringing those passes together. It was hypnotic football. We were dominating, and then Wilfred Ndidi decided to channel his inner lumberjack, stamped down on Palmer's Achilles hard. That if you were watching, you probably felt that bit of pain. The studs were down the sock. Achilles were raked. It was a brutal tackle. It was bloody horrible. Everyone saw it. Referee Andy Madley pulls out a yellow card. A yellow. Don't worry though, because we know VAR's there. We know we're all good. We're all good. Everyone saw that what was going to happen. A red card. It's going to be overturned. This.
He says no.
Wrong. They watched that car crash in slow motion, just nodded along like, yeah, that's fine. Move on. How can you move on? Are we serious now? We've got to be genuine. I mean, week in, week out, we see players getting sent off for less, sometimes for just existing too close to someone else. In fact, shout out to Moises Caicedo, who got booked for speaking to the referee.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Somehow he can speak to the referee and get a booking, but a tackle that bad did not qualify as dangerous play. It was reckless. It was dangerous.
How do you get the same result from talking to the ref as you do
it's
from nearly
pathetic.
Snapping someone's Achilles?
He could. I mean, I've seen the photo of Palmer's ankle. He ripped his sock. I mean, he could have left Palmer's sideline for months if he'd have fully been planned. I mean,
you know what's funny about that though? You know what's funny about that though? If it was the other way around on his leg and he did it down his shin, that's a red card. So why is it not a red card?
What was worse though, it was the consistency and the player safety. It felt optional because it allowed Leicester to continue with that sort of tackling. We saw that. We saw their tackles get worse, and that's not just frustrating.
Felix got taken out as well. I tell you what, the one for Felix is even worse because if Felix doesn't instinctively kind of try and jump out of the way and it catches him on the boot, it probably hits him just below the knee. That's a leg breaker.
The thing is,
it's crazy.
It infuriated me because we're told, look, we've got VAR. It's there. Just get over it. It's going to be there forever. But when you expect it to step in,
use it then.
When referees look, if Andy missed it, fair enough. He missed it. He messed up. That happens. But to sit it back and just rubber stamp that bad decision, that means there was zero consistency, zero accountability, and in my opinion, zero care for whether players leave the pitch in one pick. That was horrible. I've not seen a single pundit or anyone, even rival fans, go, "Yeah, that was a yellow," because it wasn't. It was a red. I just,
You know what though, right? Going on to VAR and officials, obviously there was one of my losers. That's a red card, 100% right. How they haven't seen that,
always.
I don't get. Like if you've ever played football at any level, you know how painful that is and how dangerous that is, especially if you're getting a Achilles tear. You're out like quite done to Hudson-Odoi, lost his cheek. It damages your career, could ruin your career, end it even. But not
Yeah.
even that. Leicester should have had a penalty, and it was quite clearly a penalty. Obviously a penalty. But yeah, I don't get what they've got to do. And then I think the Lavia penalty, I think that's a bit of a maybe not obvious one, but I think that's up for debate as well. I think the officiating in the country is getting worse and worse and worse. The offside for their goal, for the penalty, I think when you look at it in slow-mo, it's actually pretty obvious that their player was onside. I don't get it. And when they get sent to this TV screen, you just know what's going to happen. At no point have I ever, I think one time in the past 3-4 years, I've seen them actually not go with the VAR officials. And that has to change. Why can't referees just have a backbone and like disagree with someone? It actually is so frustrating. You're better off without VAR. And I thought that for years and years. Goal line technology, yet fine. But VAR is literally ruining football. And it sounds so cliche now. How can this keep happening and somehow make officials worse? I don't get it.
I don't think they went to the monitor, did they, about
No,
the
but like
tackle?
you see it every time, and you see it like when a penalty is overturned, they'll go to the monitor. You know what's going to happen. What's the point in that monitor being there? What is the actual point in that monitor being there? Because you just know what's going to happen, don't you?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess so. Do you know what? But though this same thing is like doing the referee's call, like confirming the referee's call annoys me as well. Because it's like, what are you even there for then? Like either the decision's right or it isn't. There can't be like this margin of, oh no, we can't overturn that because it's not serious enough to a certain degree. Because if somebody's made a foul and you've seen that, then they've effectively gotten away with breaking the rules of the game. And it just, I don't know. You either have to have it all or none of it.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, VAR though did have a nightmare day, as they do a lot, which I think the frustration with VAR is when referees make shit decisions, at least they're in the game seeing things in real time, and a lot can happen in terms of a player might run across their eye line as it occurs, they might not be in the right position. You can almost accept human error when it is being made by someone in the moment. But with VAR, 100%. To watch it 50 times for 2 hours while you make the fans wait from 74 different angles in super slow-mo and then still get the decision wrong, I think is unforgivable.
It's insulting, isn't it?
These are meant to be top professionals, and you're telling me they can't referee a game in slow motion? That's awful. The red card is a clear red card. The Fofana challenge is a stonewall penalty. And actually, if you're going by letter of law, as I meant to in VAR, Lavia should have been sent off.
Yeah.
Because he's denied a goal scoring opportunity with no attempt to play the ball.
Wait, no.
His foul.
Isn't it? That's double jeopardy,
No,
isn't it?
No, if they go to the ball,
it's only double jeopardy if he makes a genuine attempt to win the ball. He doesn't. He bundles him over from behind. There's no attempt to win the ball. By letter of the law, it's a red card. It'd be a ridiculous red card, but it is one. And that's what I mean about VAR. They're not even following their own rules now. Sometimes they're sticking to the rules like they really have to, and then other times they're like, "Wow, yeah, it's a bit of a grey area," and it's like, no, either have the rules or don't have the rules. But the fact that VAR referees who are paid like, a substantial amount of money per game to not be able to referee a game in replays is a real indictment of the standard of refereeing in this country.
Honestly, I can't wait till AI eventually does it instead.
I mean, the decisions are they're flakier than one of my pastries. It just annoys me. It really does. On that, who's got a second loser for me?
I've got clean sheets. If you class it as a loser,
dodgy hotel time.
Just because we can't, you can never ever seem to keep one, and you can't actually blame Robert Sanchez against Leicester. Did get a hand to the penalty, but it's a bit harsh. We're going to blame him. It always seems
should have saved it.
I think it's a bit harsh. Maybe he should have, but I think it's just that's where we need to improve. I think that's obviously where we need to improve, and It just seems like every game we're having a lapse in concentration, or it's a misplaced pass, or the keeper decides to have chocolate wrists and like let it go through his hands. So it just seems like that is happening once a game, and we need to cut that out if we're gonna challenge for top 4, challenge for top 3. Eventually, hopefully, go for the title. We've got to stop this out and nip the mistakes in the bud. So yeah, it's concentration, and we needed to keep a clean sheet against Leicester. We should have been the better team. We defended well, but yet last minute stupidity, lack of concentration. There goes a clean sheet.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right though, Berth, I think, with the clean sheet thing, because if you watch this game, we are in complete control.
Yeah.
For like 88 minutes of the 90, we're in complete control, but then fully deserve to win. But if VAR do their job, we could have drew this game 2-2.
Yeah, 100%.
And it all comes down to the fact that we seem to switch off in moments. And it's so weird because we can defend so well for 90% of the game, and then they just seem to fall asleep.
That was the momentum. If you look at the momentum chart, we dominated the game up until the 43rd minute, and then to end the half, Leicester were on top. We started the second half poor. Leicester took over, but then quickly we dominated them from, I think, let me check, minute 49. So that's good. And then obviously, when did Leicester get momentum back? Minute 82. You see, it's like we need to stop falling asleep when it's close to the end of the half. It will cost you. It will cost you.
The second half was a loser for me generally, to be honest, because
it was shit, wasn't it?
Because the first half, it was a real change from the first half, because the first half I thought was actually one of the most dominant looking performances we've actually put in a half. I really did, apart from maybe 10 minutes or so at the end, like we said. The rest of it, we were in total control. We played more or less the whole half in Leicester's half.
Yeah.
And in the second half, it was just a bit drab. It was a bit slow. It was a bit bitty. It didn't we had control, but we didn't really create all that much in the second half. As good as the first half was, and as much as that is worth meriting and praising, the second half was really boring. And it's just, there seems to be one thing that you can do with this team a little bit is you can stifle us, and that is a concern, because if sometimes a team will need to get a result out of playing against us, and they will do that to us for 90 minutes instead of us being able to carve them open like we did in the first half.
Yeah. Chris, who's a second loser for you?
I've got Cole Palmer.
Oh, you're taking the piss, mate, to be honest with you.
He did get a WWE tackle. I mean, I wouldn't be walking, let alone being able to play world-class football.
And he should have got a goal, really.
Hang on, wait. Let's hear Chris out. Let's hear him out. Why?
Just his form in general, and it's a game against a team who look like relegation fodder. And I think last season he does more against a team like this than he has done this season. 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 6.
To be fair, he should have scored. If not,
he should have scored. Yeah, if it wasn't for Madueke.
Madueke forgot how to jump.
I know he didn't, and it doesn't count, and you can't ever count it. But at the same time, like that is a freak event, isn't it?
Yeah.
To not.
But I mean,
score
you could do that about loads of things.
Yeah, true.
If he wasn't a fraction offside, or if the defender didn't clear it off the line, there's loads of things that come into that. The reality is
that is so rare though. What happened is it's like he would be in that situation 999 more times and we'd score.
I just think for me his level of performance has dropped. I just think in those, if you look at those 6 games, he's been poor in 3 of them. Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal.
Yes,
he was okay against Leicester. weren't great, weren't bad. He's just okay. He was just there. Newcastle, he was the best player on the pitch. Yeah. And then Forest, again, he was okay. I
thought he was generally pretty good against Leicester, to be honest.
Do you know what? I think teams are figuring out how to crowd the space that he operates
That's what
in.
I was going to say. Do you think it's more that they're now putting 2 men on him instead of letting him free roam?
Out wide, you can drift in and out of the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Well.
Maresca brought this up, though, ages ago, that Palmer was going to have to live this season with teams having a plan for him. And I don't think he is coping as well as he could, but I don't think Maresca's helping him either by this middle of the pitch. it's so easy to congest that area. Like if you look at the someone like Salah, for example, he's so hard to contain because he's out on the side. It's if you put two men on, Saka the same really. They both play on the right where Palmer was playing last season. And if you double up on them there, you leave a big hole in the middle of the pitch, which is the most dangerous area. Yes, you're not letting Salah or Saka in there, but I mean, we have got other players. You could have João Felix and Nkunku, Enzo. You could have those players operating in that area, and teams would then still worry. So then they start to drift back away, and you get Palmer again in those 1v1s, which is what happened last season. Teams tried to double up on him last season, and quickly realised when he's out wide, we can't really double up on him there. I don't think we're seeing the best of Palmer. I don't think this system is getting the best out of him. And if we really want to achieve something, he is our best player, hands down, our best player. So getting the best out of him is crucial. And I don't think Maresca is doing that at the moment. And that is a concern for me because if that carries on, if someone like Jackson was to go off form, I think we'd notice it even more.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
I still do think it's a tiny bit harsh. I still think he's not playing awfully. I still think he's playing well. And especially some of the passes against Leicester, I thought he was very good. I still think he's still looks almost dangerous play going forward, if I am honest. But, I'll get what you're saying, Chris. I do get what you're saying.
What I think is slightly frustrating me a little bit sometimes with Palmer is how deep he's having to come to get the ball. Because he's such a good goal scorer, you want him close to goal, and so if he's on the halfway line or whatever, he's really creative and he can do that stuff, and it is a value and a credit to him to do that stuff. But also, you really want him scoring goals.
When he is dropping deep, though, I mean, we would never have scored that goal against Newcastle without that pass. So I do get what you're saying. He's a bit of an anomaly, Cole Palmer, because when he's on the right, he's phenomenal. When he's in the centre, he looks almost dangerous passer. So it's like, where do you play? I don't think the problem with him is we hold him up into his first season's killed him really because he was so good that first season that even though he hasn't scored for a few games, he's just like, well, is he off form? Are we going to get the same Cole Palmer as last year? So he sort of made a rod for his own back almost of being so good, to be honest with you.
I just think it's a worry because we don't have that many goal scorers. Like Jackson's carrying a lot of the weight at the moment. Like Madueke, he hasn't scored a goal in about 7 weeks. Neto doesn't really get goals. Sancho hasn't scored. Mudryk wouldn't score at training. It's
a concern. It is a concern.
Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, really, they don't get goals. So if Palmer stops getting goals, it is Jackson or no one.
I do get it, but the thing is with this squad, and it's just a bonus of what Maresca has brought, and Pochettino to some extent, is we do get goals all over the pitch, and we have had that.
That's true.
When was the last time we didn't score? So
there is always someone open. People do chip in, but Chris is right. Like he is our main goal threat.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with Chris. I'm just saying the other side of the sort of argument, really.
Right, so I'll go with my second and final loser, and it's Robert Sanchez.
That's a bit harsh.
No, it's not. Why are you making hospital passes, Rob? Why? Rob?
Because he can't play football, Mikey.
Bloody hell. I mean, he looked so nervous with the ball at his feet. He commanded that box like a kitten amongst lions. I mean, I will state here, I wanted to ask us
if we're expecting anything different, though?
Look, I wanted to ask if we're in a title race. We will not win a Premier League title with him as our starting goalkeeper. Because sometimes in life, you get to a point where you have to stop believing in shit. It's time for our ownership to stop believing in Sanchez being the next Neuer. It will not happen. He's not that level.
It's on Maresca, to be honest with you.
I actually think that he probably had one of his better games against Leicester.
That shows how low his bar is.
Bloody hell.
No, I don't get wrong. I was never once convinced when he had the ball at his feet, but I didn't think it was glaringly bad. But
can I be brutally honest? I think it's a really bad penalty, and if he does guess the right way, he saves it easily. And he's tried to stay in the middle.
What with Sanchez?
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
You can't. We need to stop it. It's not going to happen. Stop it. I love the fact we've got like Jorgensen on the bench, but I don't think he's ready. He's not. Trouble is, if he's not ready now, he's never.
To be honest, though, is he not ready? Like he spent last season playing for a La Liga.
Yeah, that is true.
Not like he's any less experienced.
I can't do Sanchez again. Right, who's got some final losers for us?
I'm all out. I'm all out.
I've got one left.
What about you, Ollie? You just
I got one left.
Right, we'll go. Chris, he spoke.
My final loser is just me, because I've had to see all the "we told you" about Enzo tweets all week.
I think this is my favourite loser.
This is why you
said, Chris.
This is why you. This is why you haven't had a good weekend.
Again, one swallow does not make a summer.
I've seen right. You are absolutely. Someone put up 7 goals and assists in his last 5 games. That's outstanding.
What?
That is.
That's a stat drop.
Count as a game.
Chris,
What was a game?
That was actually my burner account, and I've actually got
it's not a real game. I bet it was. Yeah. It just really annoys because we have a few players like it. Mudrik's another one who gets the same treatment. They have one good game, and all of a sudden we should be building our team around them.
They have good games against teams in a game where it's not a real game.
You know what really annoys me on Twitter with these players and that when people go, "Oh, never give up on this player."
Oh yeah, fucking annoying.
You might want to one day.
Come on,
yeah.
Like, I mean, grow up.
There comes a point where everyone does give up eventually.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you what though, like Enzo was fantastic in this game, and if he does that against Villa, who are a much better team with a much better midfield, and then he follows it up again against Tottenham, then we can start talking about him. But doing it one game against relegation fodder, it's like praise him for the game, but then reel it back in. There's no need to start talking about Lavia should be coming out. This is why Enzo's got to play. Just calm down. It was against an absolute dog shit Leicester team who have now sacked their manager.
Yeah, that's not going to really. Steve Cooper not sending any Christmas cards this year to Chelsea. Ollie, who's your final loser?
It's funny you just mentioned that. Mine is a combined loser of Leicester and Steve Cooper. because Leicester are a loser because they were absolute shit. They were absolute shower of shit. They were absolutely terrible. As good as we were, they were horrendous. They had about maybe 15 minutes of good football for the whole game, if that. Just really, really poor. And it's obviously Steve Cooper because it's Maresca's first scalp, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That is true.
Yeah.
I was always interested in that as well. I want to see if I can work it out one day. Like, which Premier League manager has the most scalps of other managers? Like, their game caused them to get sacked. It'd be interesting to know. But Maresca's got one now. And Steve Cooper, the man who always looks like he has hay fever, will no longer be in the Premier League.
Right. Time to find out what emojis we're dropping. You know what? I'm going with... Call me the phone emoji for Enzo because I don't know. Apparently, it was about assists. Everyone on social took that a different way. Chris, what have you got?
So I'll just go with the thumbs up. I just thought it was a really good job getting the job done after an international break, but second half was absolute shite from as a game. So thumbs up, job done. On to the next one.
Brilliant. We'll move to Berth.
I've got the shush emoji because that's what Enzo Fernandez did, and it seems quite appropriate, really, for that game.
That wound me up as well.
Ollie, close it out.
Tick, job done. Start as we mean to go on from the international break. Got a good run ahead of us now. We should be winning these games.
Well, let's hope so.
Villa and Tottenham are 6 points easy there, really.
Spurs at least.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Well, Spurs has just lost their goalkeeper.
Spurs haven't just beat Man City 4-0.
Yeah,
well,
at the Etihad.
Man City at the moment aren't a good team. Man City at the moment aren't a good team, and Spurs are their bogey team.
Yeah, Man City, the champions, aren't a very good team, to be fair.
Imagine the best team the best team, mate, the best sort of like dynasty ever, arguably in Premier League football, and their bogey team is Spurs. How does that make sense?
Kulusevski owns the Etihad.
When we take
Yeah.
when we take them on, we'll be taking on a 36-year-old Fraser Forster because Vicario's had a fracture in his foot and he's had surgery.
All right, that'll be the one random goalkeeper who turns into Manuel Neuer against us per season. Then?
Yeah,
I know.
always. It's always the way.
know for a fact he will get man of the match that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Lion of the week. Everyone knows I pivoted off, and some people went, "Can we do it? We've done it before." And if you still question it, I run this show, so screw you. I'm still doing it.
I don't know. Should we call them out, guys?
No, fuck you all.
Call him out. Call him out. Call him out.
Ollie, you went with Madueke. That's he
not
cost us a
a
goal.
Not a good choice.
shit.
One of the worst choices maybe this whole season.
The wheel went with Colwill. Yeah. And Chris went with Kukurea, and I went with Jackson because I
think
that is Jackson. Isn't it?
No, I think you got to go Kukurea just because Marky kind of got an asterisk by your name.
No.
I'm going Kukurea. Sorry, I'm going
you're not.
Kukurea.
Did you change before the game or afterwards?
Yes, as soon as the squad list was said that Neto
Oh,
wasn't in the
that's
squad.
fair. No, come on.
I didn't choose it at the bloody end.
He chose it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I tweeted it. I clearly it's in the group chat. I've got my receipts. Right. Are we going to give it actual line of the week to Enzo? We have to, don't we?
It has to.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Is he
A
finally
permanent
up?
stain on Chris's memory.
It's his first appearance on actual line of the week. So fair play.
And last.
Yeah, well, okay. Questions.
Preying on his downfall, man.
Quaresma's questions. Super TNT asked, would you take Andre Onana over Robert Sanchez?
Yes.
Kind of think we have to.
I'd take Amadou Onana over Robert Sanchez, to be honest with you.
I would take a plank of wood over Robert Sanchez at the moment.
I mean, he's doing all right. He's not doing too bad. And Dougie Critchley tweeted.
He was brilliant against Ipswich, to be fair.
That's not a real game.
Very good.
That's not Ipswich, not a real game.
It's the only reason they didn't lose.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right. And Lord Yoshi, how many games would it take for Nkunku or anyone from the Cup squad to start in our Premier League game? Bloody hell.
Felix has just done it.
I think it depends
Enzo.
who it is. It depends who it is. I think Nkunku won't start until Jackson is off form or injured.
Yeah.
I think
Felix,
Enzo
and Badiashile all just did it.
Yeah, they kind of go in and out. Mudryk, again, if Neto or someone like Madueke gets injured, maybe, but I don't see that.
It's not happening, bud.
On that note, I'm gonna have to rewind. We didn't pick our line of the midweek because we're taking on FC Heidenheim in the B Squad League.
I'll pick Macaulay Mudryk then.
Well, okay. I didn't see that coming. Enzo's apparently not going to play. That'd be bloody hell.
Heidenheim. Vega. I'm giving it Vega.
Oh, good shout.
Jeez, it's hard to think of people for this.
Come on, Will.
I'm gonna go with Chukwuemeka.
You think he'll play?
He's not going to play.
I think that's an awful shout, Chris.
Do you know what?
If Enzo, hold on, if Enzo can play and Lavia's not registered to play, someone's got to play.
Fair enough.
Dewsbury Hall.
The Wheel.
You can't play Dewsbury Hall.
Will chose.
He will though, won't he? Of course he will.
The Wheel keeps picking players from the A squad.
Chukwuemeka is. We need two wheels at this point. Chukwuemeka's been banished. Like he's not.
Okay, the Wheel went Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
Okay, I guess we'll see.
Oh,
but he certainly won't be getting Lion of the Week. I can tell you that, even if he does play.
Oh dear.
Bloody hell! Do I do it? You know what? I'll go with Christopher Nkunku because it's
boring.
Back in. Who have you gone with?
Yeah, Mikey just picks the striker every week, doesn't he?
Chukwuemeka. You think? I still don't think he'll play.
Oh no, he probably won't play. But yeah, you got to risk it sometimes.
You know
you
what?
gotta go Jazzy on Thursdays. Jazzy Thursdays.
Yeah, Chris is banking on the fact that if we have an absolutely horrendous game against Heidenheim and nobody can find any notable winners,
yeah, well,
then Chukwuemeka, if he doesn't play, he might be
by default.
Yeah.
Right. Well, wrapping up today's show, end of show game, guess the player by that career path, and we'll start with this player who started his career at Santa Cruz, not the skateboard company. He then moved to Moggy Mirim. Before-
on earth is that?
You've made that. You've
I
made that team up.
made them up.
Boggy
They're
Marim.
a real
You've made that
team.
team up.
No, they're a real
That's
team.
like the name of that is like the name of a fictional old woman in a children's story.
It's a
Yeah.
real team.
Something from Lord of the Rings, that is.
I would like to
Yeah.
apologise to any Moggy Maroon fans right now.
Yeah,
Where is
but,
it though? Where is it? Where is
I
it in
can't.
the
If I
world?
tell you that, it gives you a
Can't
clue.
tell ya.
Oh, okay.
They went on loan to Corinthians. So there you sort of get an idea. They're in Brazil. They're in Brazil, aren't they? It's obvious.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they then moved permanently to Palmeiras before moving to Deportivo La Coruña. Big team time because they then make a move to Barcelona before moving to AC Milan. They then moved to Cruzeiro, but then they've decided to take another trip to Greece to go to Olympiakos.
Do you know what?
no,
I'll give
no.
it a guess. I don't really.
Yeah,
Is it Ronaldinho?
No. Oh, you're out. You're out there, but nice little
Yes.
guess.
Not, it was a good guess though.
Yeah.
They
I'm a
moved
bit
from
stumped here.
Olympiakos to AEK Athens before moving to Bunyancourt. They then head to Sao Paulo on loan before moving
Definitely
to
seems like this the high of their career is behind them.
Caboose Corp. They then moved to Sao Cateno.
Not a real
Probably
team.
not. And then they finished their career at Moggy Marim.
I'll tell you what.
I ain't got a clue.
I've got no idea. Really.
Brazilian.
Guess something.
Brazilian. They're a World Cup winner with Brazil.
Right. It's got to be from the 2002 squad.
Yeah. Yeah, 2002 squad, yeah. They've won the Ballon d'Or.
Won the
Rivaldo.
Ballon d'Or? Oh, it's Rivaldo. No, it's not Rivaldo, surely not.
No, he didn't play for AC Milan, did he?
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, of course you're out.
Yeah, but
I could go out to be fair. I don't know.
you are 100%. It is Rivaldo. He went on a little career journey, didn't he?
It is Rivaldo.
So I was
Yeah.
right.
Oh, Chris
Who
Rivaldo.
said it?
Fuck you, Beth.
I didn't realise he went to AC Milan. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Neither did
Right,
I.
so-
I just took a guess.
Chris,
I got that point then.
right. We move to the next player who started their career at Marsonia.
What did we
Before
do?
Stop
moving.
making up team names.
I'm not making up. They then moved to NK Zagreb before moving to Dinamo Zagreb. They then moved to VfL Wolfsburg before staying in the Bundesliga to go to Bayern Munich. After Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid.
Ooh. No. No,
They
maybe.
then,
no,
they then
no.
moved to Juventus before moving to Al Dahal. And then they finished their career at AC Milan.
Is it? Oh, no, I'll say it. Yeah, go on, I'll go for it. Is it Mandzukic?
It is indeed.
Oh, well done.
Oh, good. That's a great one to be
I
fair.
was trying to think of a Croatian player.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. Final player started their career at Millwall before moving to Aldershot on loan. They then moved to Djurgårdens on loan. They then moved from Millwall permanently to Nottingham Forest before heading to Spurs. They then moved to Manchester United.
Oh, got it. Maybe.
Oh,
I'll think, is it Teddy Sheringham?
it's Teddy!
Yeah, well done, Beth.
Do you know what? It's really hard playing this game when you were born after some of these players retired.
Well, he moved back to Spurs, Portsmouth, West Ham, Colchester, and then it says he retires in 08, and then he moves to Stevenage in 2015, didn't play. So I don't know, I couldn't find anything on that, but it's on the list.
I did not know he started at Millwall.
Neither did I. Didn't know he went to Sweden.
Me neither, to be fair.
Weird.
I just knew he got the first ever goal in the Prem or something like that. But he
Did
started. Or first televised goal in the Prem. I don't know, something, a stat like that. I don't know.
Where did
I remember he scored for Nottingham Forest against Man U the once. That's all. Or Liverpool, one of them teams. Anyway,
Okay.
move on. Let's move
Moving
on.
on.
Let's move on.
Right. Thank you for listening to this episode. Treat yourself well. We'll be back on Friday for the Friday show. Yeah, There you go. We'll be back on Friday because we'll be reviewing the Heidenheim game. We were tempted to do a straight after Thursday pod, but we're doing it Friday. We're doing it. No, it'll be earlier on your feeds, I'm sure. So till then, that is going to be us signing off. I don't know how to end this.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.